confuse I'm coming to get to know you versus I'm coming to marry you?
Who brought up marriage? To be absolutely fair to Matilda, I did bring up the concept of marriage.
They're different things.
I did say that we should plan to get married in the future.
But not when I see you.
Well, the future's when you land. Come on.
Well,
No, it's not.
I mean, I just have to say this before I even begin this full video, just so I can set the tone of what you are going to expect. Vanya is going to be one of the most annoying cast members I have ever come across. Not only is she one of the most, but she's also one of the least intelligent as well. Everything that she was saying, 99, maybe 95%, was pure out of like projection or a lack of listening because she just wants to talk. But you see, on TikTok, on social media in general, she loves to talk. But you know when there's people in the world that talk, but nothing's really coming out that actually makes sense or adds value to any conversation? That's exactly what I was getting from this woman in part 1 and now part 2 as well. Just wanted to voice it, okay? All right. And Niles, on the other hand, well, yeah, we're about to get into him. But nonetheless, though, right now we're having this conversation, okay, regarding the fact that Niles went all the way to Ghana with the intention of not getting married. Let's get into it.
I probably should have said, after I get to know you in person first. That's probably what I should have said, and I didn't say that.
And Westchester says, Mr. Ark totally pushed.
We're skipping a step there. I mean, listen. Here's the thing. Niles is the one that proposed the idea of getting married. Matilda is the one that said, yes, we're going to get married when you get here. Niles is the one that then acted as if like, this information wasn't exactly clear cut. Listen, this man knew full well that she wanted to get married when she got there. He knew this. But he couldn't do it. Why? Well, the reason he says originally is because, well, I was just trying to get to know her. I need to get to know her more. But that was never the real reason. But the real reason is something that we discovered when he got to Ghana, which is something that we're going to touch on in a second. But for now, let's get into this Mr. Ark situation.
Niles into getting married. He was too scared to say no.
Listen, just to make a knocking and go. Say, knocking is nothing. In the classroom, you are going to ask a price of something, if it will be given to you, and they give you.
And here's the thing. You know, Mr. Ark came in later on because Niles did not go to him when he landed. Niles, if he'd gone to Mr. Ark at the time, then the conversation would have been as clear as day. But people have to understand something. And I don't know why that somebody made that tweet, but it's ridiculous. Niles went to see Mr. Ark after he had told Matilda that he wasn't going to marry her on this trip. Even though she was under the assumption that she was going to, because he never clarified anything with her before he flew. He allowed her to believe that they were going to get married before he flew over, okay? But then, of course, once he was there in Ghana, he met Matilda's family, and also, obviously, they had all these kind of conversations about the knock ceremony, and then Niles was the one that was trying to manipulate it. Maybe manipulate is the wrong word, but he was the one that was trying to compromise or trying to change things, saying, no, well, can't we have the knocking ceremony now, and then we get married when I come back later on, okay? All Mr. Ark did was come in late into the conversation, right? And he said to Niles, listen, this is not how we do things here. This is the way we do things, and this is how it must be done. Niles then had a choice whether he was going to either go through with the way they do things or go to the States and then come back at a later stage and do it then. Niles decided to take on the responsibility of marrying her there. Hold on, wait for it.
That the price.
That I'm pushing on someone. Now, so I decided to stop about it. If it's in the decline, no one cares it. Until you start changing the way.
So I don't know about being pushed. I think he was just stressed about not having the money. But it seemed
No,
like he wanted to do
he
it.
said that he wanted to get to know her first while he was still in America.
I don't know what you was watching. This is why you have been single for God knows how long. This is why you had two men in the same season not want you. Because you're not paying attention. What Joey said is spot on. The reason why Niles was not willing or did not want to marry Matilda, it was because he understood that his financials wasn't going to be able to cover it. I promise you now, I guarantee it. If Niles at the time had not lost his job and he had the funds, he would have married Matilda the first day he landed in Ghana without a shadow of a doubt. But he started doing the thing that he does best, masking, and then started up making up stories about or reasons of why he can't marry her on this trip. That's why even when he saw Mr. Remember, he even said when he got there, okay, we can do the knocker ceremony, but I'll get married later on. And then even when it came to the situation of him get married, he was then like, okay, well, I don't have the money to it. But the maddest thing about it was that Niles was using money. Sorry, Vanya, did you forget this? Niles was using money to try and soften the blow that he could not afford to marry that trip. And what did he do? He went and took her out. He bought her a ring. Took her out, bought her a flipping a skirt or a dashiki. I'm not too sure, but he bought a piece of clothing, okay? And he said it himself. I'm buying these things, okay, with the hopes that when I tell her that I can't marry on this trip, it doesn't, affect it that much. I need to soften the blow. That's what he was doing, okay? But it was never a case of where he was trying to get to know her for more. No. He just didn't have the funds. Joey was paying attention. You wasn't. Facts. Facts upon facts. And that's why, in the end, why did Niles end up actually marrying Matilda? He ended up marrying Matilda because Mr. Ark was happy to give him the rest of the funds. That was the reality of the situation. And remember, Niles didn't only just hold back for the fact that he wasn't going to marry on the trip, but he also held back that he had also lost his job as well. Crucial information. If the job was still here, marriage would have happened. I mean, it did happen, but it would have happened the way it was supposed to happen without the complications. Like I said, says a whole lot of this, but ain't really listening and ain't really saying anything that's effective. When you are able to find yourself a man that can stay in your life, maybe we'll talk to you. But for the time being, let's get it.
Do you support my relationship?
We're not talking about you right now.
But just for asking.
One last time.
You like my family?
No, calm down, okay?
See, here's the thing that's an issue here with Niles. If he can't learn to control himself, this is something that's going to get him in danger. And to be fair, this is just a warm because this situation escalates to even further. And boy, it wasn't pretty to watch.
I'm talking to you. Answer to me.
Please calm down, okay? Pulled that stuff because he thought he could get away with it. That's a true coward.
Niles really thinks that Adnan was calling him out because he thinks that, it's because he knew he could get away with it because you're on stage, there's people around, and it means that you can't get physical. See, this is the problem with the way Niles thinks here. This has nothing to do with the fact that he was saying what he was saying because he thinks he can get away with it. Adnan was literally saying these things to you because he was not happy with the fact that you called out his relationship and you spoke about it in a negative way, okay? So therefore now, he's literally just trying to ask you a simple question. Do you respect our relationship, yes or no? Are you happy for us, yes or no? Now, all you had to say was, no, I don't respect it, okay? Because I don't agree with the way you speak and communicate with your wife. That's it. That's all he's got to say. And then whatever reaction Adnan gives back, that's entirely up to Adnan. But you made it so much harder for yourself. You was getting all angry and your blood was boiling, switching and remember, let's not forget though, we also witnessed this when he was in the car with Matilda too, okay? And even then, he had to really de-escalate himself. And that's sad because that means that whenever things aren't going his way, what happens? This man he feels that the need to have to then be like, oh, macho man, oh, Johnny Bravo, oh, you're making me mad. Bro, calm your F down. Calm down. Like, it's not that deep. You did it with Matilda and you're doing it now with Adnan. This is a guy that you don't know. A guy that you're not going to see after this taping. It's a guy you never have to see again. Why you're letting this guy, a random dude, get on your skin is wild to me. Somebody explain that to me. I don't care how antagonized Adnan was. All you had to do was just answer the question and then you kept it moving, Literally, all you had to do is repeat what you said before. I do not respect your relationship, okay? I do not care to give you a blessing because I don't agree with the way your relationship goes. But whatever makes you two happy works for you. So I'm going to leave you to it. That's it. Keep it simple. But he kept asking you. Not even, at first he was asking because he wanted an answer. After that, he was 100% antagonizing you because he could see that you're a weak human being. You allow people to get under your skin to this point. That is not strength. Now is that here talking about, you know what, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
The only words I can say is that I'm sorry for walking out like that. I let my anger get the best of me at that moment.
And told Niles that he was a sugar daddy. Like, that is their relationship. Understand that.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Tiger Lily just didn't say much on stage, but she said a whole lot of things off stage, right? Wow.
His wife, she just wants his money. Niles better get a new job where he makes more money because his wife is not going to be happy with that.
Listen, even if what you're saying is true, Tiger Lily, it doesn't mean that you should sit there with judgment. But then again, she voiced it behind closed doors, right? I mean, look at it this way. Sometimes in life, people will either bitch about you in front of you or they do it behind your back. Okay? Simple as that. And the only time it matters when somebody bitches about you behind your back is only if that person is still going to chill with you for the foreseeable future. Like I said before, Adnam, Niles, you're never going to see this clown again. Tiger Lily, she can say whatever else she wants to say behind closed doors, because the matter of the fact is she's no one significant in your life. So it is what it is. I know a lot of people were watching this and they were getting upset about the way she was behaving, blah, 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 blah. And listen, I'm not against it, 100%. You know what I mean? The woman is nothing but a bitch, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, it's not that deep, because it's not like she's ever going to see Niles, and it's not like they're ever besties in the first place. If she wants to say all this stuff behind closed doors, so be it. So be it. It just shows her own character, doesn't it now?
Salary, like a chihuahua. And then they want to like have this big personality and they think they're like a Rottweiler. Okay.
I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you for walking out, because that's the way to de-escalate.
Okay, now I'm a bit annoyed because there's a certain clip that I thought I put in this, but I didn't put in it. But I'll speak about it in a second. But here's the thing, though. I don't know what Vanya was talking about. I'm so proud of you for walking away. You know, that's the best way to de-escalate the situation. I'm sorry, but what are you watching? Again, giving advice that doesn't make sense. No. What you should be telling Niles is that he should not be letting anybody get under his skin like that. Mr. Ark was not happy with the fact that Niles walked away, because it showed that Niles is not a strong man. How is Mr. Ark meant to believe that Niles is going to be there and be able to protect Matilda if each and every time somebody gets under his skin, he wants to resort to either violence or verbal attack? Okay, and then even gets to the point where he has to walk away. What if something happens one day, he walks out and he leaves Matilda by herself in some random spot around some random people? Do you see what I'm saying? He needs to learn to keep his cool, keep it cool, calm, and collected. Do you see what I'm saying? That's how he needs to learn. And to be honest with you, based on some of the things that I hear about what it's like being black in America, I'm pretty sure that from the moment that you're born in America, to be fair, you're told as a black person to rein it in, to not show vulnerability, to not show yourself as an angry black man. So to be honest, the fact that he hasn't even got that education is wild to me. Who the hell raised this guy? Who raised him? His parents have failed him ridiculously, because the fact that this man is 30 plus and he's behaving like this with this amount of aggression is crazy work. What? Vanya, you brainless human being. Well, you should have been saying to him that you shouldn't have walked away, okay? You should have just stood your ground respectfully and calm yourself. There's no point of you scooping to his level. There was no point of you walking away and allowing Adnam the satisfaction of knowing that he got under your skin. Now, the other part of the clip that I thought I put in, I didn't put in, was when Niles goes up to Adnam and pretty much gives him the whole threat of like, you don't know what they do to people like you where I'm from. Bro, it doesn't matter what people do to people like him where you're from, but you're not where you're from right now. You're in a freaking studio in New York City at a freaking tell-all. That's where you're at. That's the only thing that's relevant, and how you conduct yourself here is the main thing. But you didn't do that. Too busy listening to Vanya and her brainless self. Oh my goodness gracious me. Anyway, let's get into the next couple. Like I said to you folks, I was only setting you up for the tone of how it was going to be, because god diddly damn, I've never heard such nonsense in my life come out of someone's mouth. Like, anybody that was agreeing with Vanya at any given point, psh, good for you.
It was so good talking to you.
You too.
I can't.
I can't
Why
talk to
not?
another
You
girl.
look what you dressed. What?
So you can look away. You can jump on you. It's okay.
I have to cover my eyes not to look at you.
Oh my goodness.
It's not even what you're wearing. Like, even if you were completely covered, he can't stay and talk to a girl by himself. Like,
Can somebody tell me what is so hard to understand about that statement? He cannot stay and speak to a woman by himself. I don't see what's so hard to understand about that statement. Whether you agree with it or not, Vanya, what is so hard to understand about that statement? Let's continue.
I would like to talk to you, but that's fine.
What?
Okay, fair. You don't want to talk to me, I don't want to talk to you. It's all good.
I mean, what reason would he have to talk to you though? I'm just curious, what reason would he have to talk to you? That's the reality of it.
Upset by Adnan's comments. Like, as a woman, I have no, important conversation to contribute, and it's just very demeaning.
And doesn't talk to girls by himself. So if I'm
But there were other people around. It wasn't just the
doesn't
two of us.
matter.
It's funny though, isn't it? Yeah, how you don't have a relationship under your belt right now, nor do you have a successful dating profile at this moment in time, and you are trying to voice your opinion in other people's relationships. Listen, if them two want to live a life of where Tiger Lily is not allowed to speak to another man without the presence of somebody else in the room, okay, so be it. If they also want to have a relationship where Adam is not allowed to speak to a female without the presence of another person, then so be it. That if that's what keeps their relationship healthy and keeps their relationship going, let them do it. Respect whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It has nothing to do with you. How are you coming in and saying otherwise? That blows my mind. I don't know why she's out there contesting the fact that he does not want to talk to you. And the maddest thing about it is this. You don't even like Adnan. So why are you even having this conversation? Why is it that deep that she needs to speak to him? Oh my goodly, goodly, goodly.
I have a penis, you cannot have a conversation with me. That makes
Just
no
like
sense to me.
I'm talking to Joey and Adnan.
It's respect to my wife.
Adnan
Oh, it's like if I don't have opinions, then I can't speak to Adnan. Like, why are you so thirsty to want to speak to him for? I don't get it. Like, it's not that deep. What? Because you're upset that that when you was talking, he was wobbling his head and disrespecting you? Fair enough. But guess what though? You had a chance to say that on the stage. You voiced it on the stage that that you found it disrespectful, that you didn't like it. That's it. Why do you need to have another conversation with him? If you've had a conversation on stage and you called him out for disrespecting you and he still continued to disrespect you, that's more reason for you to not want to talk to him ever again. You're not going to be friends with this guy after this anyway, so why is it that deep? Honestly, like I said before, the woman was saying a whole lot of this, but with a lack of listening and a lack of anything coming out that was actually valid. You see what I'm saying? I just don't get it. It's not that deep. Right? The man doesn't want to talk to you, and his wife has told you. His wife has literally told you that he can't speak to you unless she's there. Let's flip the situation. Even though that's not how you live your life, but let's just say, for example, you did live it that way. You'd want someone to respect your wishes. It's funny because Vanya had a whole lot of things to say about anybody else, but when it came to her, But to be fair though, it does make a lot of sense because if you look at the way she handled the situation with her and Bozo, when obviously they were questioning him, just pay attention to how she was trying to question him, you know? Like, it's the same as everybody else. It's a weird one, but anyway, we'll get into that one next week when, of course, her and Bozo revisit the conversation again with the inclusion of Josko. Yeah. Two men who literally said, nah, this woman ain't it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I would have been the same.
She was seeing someone. Wow.
I broke up. I did go out with a guy.
She's looking up, and usually when you ask people questions, they don't look directly at you, they're lying.
And so what are you thinking?
I think there might have been more.
But I'm not lying.
So Vea decided to go out with somebody else. The person, and it's crazy, but the person that she went out with was the guy that was dog sitting her dog. I fully thought that guy was gay, to be honest with you. That really threw me off. But either way, though, she went out with that person, and well, does it really matter now? I guess not really that much because it happened when them two weren't together anymore. And that situation was only a one-time thing, apparently, according to her, and nothing happened, apparently, according to her. But Brian does contest that. I don't know if I contest it, but at the same time, I don't really care if she did do anything with this guy because either way, she was a single girl. So if she wanted to, you know, sleep that guy on the first date or whatever, so be it. Who are we to say anything because she was a single woman at the time? If she wasn't, then there's a conversation. But anyway, unlike 90 Day, I'm not going to try to force a conversation that doesn't exist because god diddly damn, the amount of times conversations were forced into this, in this part 2 was just ridiculous. I mean, let's just continue.
And the thing is, I've never lied about going on a date. Sonny knew I went on a date. He just never saw it in front of his face.
I seen you having sex before getting married. That's right or not? That's true.
You want to be a strict Muslim, you don't have to be a strict Muslim.
Oh.
You know what the wildest thing was? That question was for Sonny. That's what I put it out there.
What is that you're saying from your mouth?
Oh my
You can't
God.
change it. Say it. I am atheist.
Okay, yeah, let me talk.
Natural things. You can't do it very easy.
Adnan, let him break and talk. Be quiet.
Say that. If you feel that you did something wrong in your life, come to the God, ask for forgiveness. God is big and forgiving.
Listen, let me tell you something real quick. Let me talk to ya. Sonny is full of shit. Bro, you slept with her before marriage, knowing that it is not a part of your religion. And the defenses that he had was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'd been in that situation, I would have struggled to allow him to finish his sentences, knowing that what he's saying is BS. So I understand Adam's frustrations in this situation itself in particular. May not agree with the guy with a lot of things, but when it comes to calling out Sonny in this situation, man, I can only agree. But let's continue with Sonny's excuses of why it was okay for him to sleep with Vea. Like, yo, make that make sense, eh?
Adnan, if you want my answer, give me a chance to talk. Religion for myself. I don't do religion for other people.
This is not
Religion
religion,
makes
no.
you happy and believe you. So I did some of the mistake, and I do realize that. And
I'm so confused though. When he said that I don't do religion for other people, I do it for myself. What's that got to do with the fact that you slept with her before marriage when you're not supposed to do that when you're a Muslim? Because you're basically saying that you're creating your own rules for a religion that's already got set rules. You know? I mean, it's like he's getting religion and culture mixed up. I can understand with culture, people probably do play around with the rules a lot and switch things up, blah, blah, which is the same as religion 100%, right? But religion is set in stone. If you break it, you break it. Culture is a bit different. There's a bit, depending on the culture you're from. There's a leeway, right? This guy.
I didn't touch Tiger Lily. I didn't make sex with her until we are getting married.
hold on.
No, all the Muslims same life. If it's not following the rules, not Muslim.
I don't know if there's any Muslims in the building, you know what I mean? But let us know. I got to get feedback on this one from some Muslims. If there's any Muslims in the building right now, okay, watching the video, comment down below. Do you support what was said here by Adnan? Okay, all Muslims are the same. If you don't follow the rules, then you're not Muslim. Let me know what you're thinking here, because that one's an interesting statement. I want to sit and be like, yeah, he's got a point, but at the same time, though, I don't know the ins and outs, so I can't really, you know what I mean? So I need someone that's actually a Muslim. To be fair, I do know some, but yeah, whatever. Either way, let us know about this statement itself in particular, because it was a powerful one, and he said it with a lot of authority.
You can't get married with her when she didn't believe nothing.
I was under the impression that when you got married, Tiger Lily was not Muslim.
She's not. She's Christian. Have a religion.
So you're saying that he can't marry her if she's not Muslim?
Oh, dear Lord. You know, like I said, when somebody doesn't really listen too much, but just wants to say a whole lot of things because just wants her voice heard. Oh my God, main character syndrome is exactly what Vanya is.
Why are you attacking us that I'm not Muslim? And I believe in Jesus.
Same thing.
How is this religion?
It is the same situation, Adnan.
Okay, let me break it down to you, Wagner. It is not the same situation because Tiger Lily was already religious and she already believed in Jesus, right? And it differently, which is fine. But Vea appeared as an atheist, so she didn't actually believe in one originally. So he's saying that you cannot marry someone who didn't have any religious beliefs in general. That is what he's saying. Now, I can't remember if that's what Vea said in the first episode that she was in, or whichever episode it was. I don't remember if she ever said that she was an atheist. But obviously this is the point that's being made by Adnan and Tiger Lily in this situation, that she was an atheist. But hey, Miss Pinky over here just wants to say something all the time.
No, we thought she was atheist.
No. You're not going to tell me that I don't believe in Jesus. You better.
No, you're not going to tell me how. Listen, I'm sure she said that we thought you was atheist. Didn't accuse you, said, oh no, we thought she was atheist. No, you're going to tell me. Listen, calm yourself down. Relax. Relax. It's not that deep. I would understand if she said that, yeah, but you're an atheist. I'd understand, but that's an accusation. She said we thought you were. Again, I can't recollect that. I just, all I remember was Vea saying that she never wants to convert. That was the main thing that she said, and that's the main thing that stuck with me. Anything else?
To be Muslim?
For future, yes, I do. For now, I'm going to chase her away from me. So I need to make her educated, spending time with her and teaching her things. And automatically she will find a...
I don't know why this guy's saying that I'm going to educate her. Bro, she said that she's not going to become a Muslim. What's wrong with you?
Peace in my religion, and she will change it.
Saying to her, when you have children, they have to be like semi-religion Muslim.
I'm not making the babies right now, right away.
She's accepting.
You know the way he dodged the question? He was like, but I'm not making babies right now. So basically, you're going to conquer that later on. First, convince it to be Muslim. Then when you have a kid, then convince it the kid to be Muslim. This guy is ridiculous.
That.
The only
Oh my days. Honestly, Sonny said a whole lot of nothing. I've never heard such waffle in my life. Sonny is full of trash. So is Vea. Both of them are full of trash, 100%. But Sonny, the things that's coming out of his mouth, you know, when you're just like, you know what? In fact, I'll take this quote from Vanya from the part 1. You know when Vanya said the math isn't mathing when she was talking to Bozo? Whoa, Vanya, why are you not saying the math isn't mathing right now with Sonny over there? But Sonny ain't saying nothing that makes any sense. But then again, though, maybe that's why you're not recognizing it, because you two are the same. You say a whole lot of nothing, but you just like to say something. Honestly, Sonny should have came in with a better defense, because what he was saying was absolutely ludicrous. Man literally sat there and said that I have my own Bible. I have my own, you know, Quran. Is it Quran or Quran? I think so, yeah. Yeah, anyway. We move on to the next one.
My wheelchair, she will deny this, but she put her finger on my nose and said I have a boyfriend.
Talvez no momento ali eu estava nervosa. As coisas teria que ter acontecido namorado.
I mean, this one's a sticky one, really and truly, isn't it? Did she have a boyfriend or did she not? I guess when it comes to her explanations don't really give us enough to really go by, and that's the problem, isn't it? Her explanations are quite weak.
She says, I told you I had a boyfriend.
Se eu tivesse namorado, ele jamais iria aceitar uma coisa dessa, né? Eu não estava tentando com o Brian.
Really have feelings for Brian, or were you faking it?
Tinha sentimento pelo Brian, sim. Trabalho na área da saúde. Então, eu sei, às vezes você é contaminado através de sexo oral. Como que eu vou?
You know what, though? To be honest, so Brian says the reason why they stopped intimacy me was because she said, no, I got a boyfriend. She says that I didn't want to continue with it because of the fact that I worked in the healthcare system and I understand how you can get transmitted disease, X, Y, Z. All right, okay, so the only thing that doesn't add up is why did you allow yourself to completely get dressed up in this little sexy little outfit, okay? Lay on the bed, allow him to literally begin the process of the foreplay, you know what I mean? Okay, man was in the motion. If you was conscious about, you know what? I got a better one. If she was conscious about it, then why didn't you ask him to take a test before he even arrived in Brazil? So therefore, at least you knew moving forward. That's what I want to know. I'm not buying that reason by her. I think that reason is absolute BS. This is not me saying that I believe what Brian is saying per se, but this is me saying that the reason she's given is nonsense, because normally in that situation, people would ask that person to go and get a test 100%. You know what I mean? It's that simple. Whether or not something's going to happen or not, they'll still ask them to have that test. I can't be listening to this gibberish right now.
Deixar uma pessoa fazer sexo oral em mim.
It's hard to hear you say that you had genuine feelings for him when there was so much that was unknown. Like,
you see, that's the thing though, isn't it? They spoke together for 2 years online and you're telling me that you barely knew certain things about him. One, his age, you know what I mean? So many missing holes in this story, isn't there?
2 years. If it was just sexual stuff, then don't tell me.
Eu não sabia que o Brian foi casado 4 vezes. Por esse tanto de mulher e nunca deu certo.
But didn't she have 2 kids with 2 baby daddies?
I don't know why that was relevant, to be honest with you. So obviously, you know, she's just saying that, listen, I didn't know that he had 4 wives before, and there's certain things I didn't know, right? Brian's response is that she had 2 kids with 2 baby daddies, like.
Não, se eu ficar bala contra bala, nunca vai parar. Então deixa ele falar.
But then her response for me was not concerning, because that response, it's a good one to be fair, because that's a response of somebody that could be telling the truth or somebody that could be deflecting. It could be one of those two things, isn't it? It's a matter of what we want to believe. To be fair with you, I didn't feel like we got enough context regarding these two, to be honest with this episode. I didn't even bother talking about Joey and Magna because I felt like their whole segment was just purely forced. Like, why am I talking about a guy deciding to go back home to get some alcohol? It's not that deep. It is what it is. Get over it. And also the conversation about how, you know, did Magda try and purposely push Joey into the whole marriage situation? Yeah, she spoke about it quite a bit, you know, throughout the thing, but the logicalness did make sense, but it just felt like a very forced conversation. That's why I'm not really adding it into this. But either way, though, when it comes to Brian and Ingrid over here, there's definitely something. I feel like there's lies on both sides, and neither one of them is a saint. That's what I'm gonna say. I feel like they both had their own agendas, and they both ended up losing, and they both lost out on whatever agendas that they both had. Let's put it that way. With that being said, let me know your thinking. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.